Hi, this is Dr. Kerry Johnson. Over the last 6-7 months, I've been giving you market updates pretty often on what to say during your 3-month phone calls. 3-month phone calls, as you well know, because we've said it so many times, are the 3-month phone calls you make to clients and also prospects to originate more business. My promise to you is you'll increase your business by 38% in 30 days if you use this approach. So our 3-month phone call is very simple. We catch up on the family, catch up on anything that happened with the client prospects since the last time we spoke to them. Number 2 is update. We're going to update them on what the market has done, what the market may do. If you're in a business other than finance, we're going to talk about real estate rates. We're going to talk about mortgage rates. We're going to talk about new technology, something that would be relevant to your prospect or client. Now, one of the reasons it's so important is because if you just call and say, hey, just want to check in, see how you're doing, they're not going to answer the telephone. So it's really important that we give them something of value, something relevant that they can use on every single phone call. And number 3, of course, we're going to use the 5-step bridge to listen to people, what their concerns are, what their needs are. The 5-step bridge is, of course, introductory sentence. How do you feel about this stuff I just talked about? Number 2, search for needs. Get 3. Number 4, recap. If I heard you correctly, you said trial close is number 5. If we could take a look at, and of course, we want to get referrals. Don't forget to ask for referrals. Referrals are 35% more likely to do business with you. They're going to give you 25% more money. They're a lot of fun. There's never any rejection when you use referrals. It's just really critical. Okay, so here's our update for the last couple of weeks. A lot of people have talked about the election. Is Trump going to get reelected? Is Biden going to get elected? So far as this recording, Biden is ahead by 5 points in many of the swing states. But nobody really talks about the stark differences, the contrasts between Trump and Biden. My objective is not to tell you how I'm going to vote. In fact, I don't really care how you're going to vote. I do care about making clients aware and prospects aware of different positions without giving them a bias. I don't want to bias them in terms of who they're voting for. I want to get them to think about the results of any outcome of the election. And that's my purpose here. So a couple of things. Number 1 is everything we hear about their positions are very foggy. If you listen to MSNBC, if you listen to Fox News, CNN, it could be Breitbart, they're skewed towards one way or the other, and you really don't hear an objective analysis about their positions. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about only 3 points economically and how taxes will impact your clients if one gets elected or the other. This will do a couple of things. Number 1 is going to help your clients plan a lot more carefully. And what I like most is it's going to help clients think ahead of what they need to do right now in case one wins or the other. Or if possibly, it doesn't matter who wins, we're going to get them to think about past November election. And the most important thing is we're going to get them to start thinking and start discussing about what would happen in terms of earnings. The stock market is always driven by earnings. There's all these theories out there, momentum. Tech companies are trading 32 times forward-looking sales. But in the end, it's always about earnings. So which candidate will impact earnings more effectively? Okay, so there are 3 things that are really important right now. Currently, we're going to start with income tax. Who's going to have a bearing on income tax, and what will their income tax positions be? Let's start with Joe Biden. Currently, his attitude is that he wants to raise taxes from 37% currently to 39.6% on anybody who makes more than $400,000 a year. Now, there's a couple of things baked in the cake here. He's going to limit deductions to 28% of value. So, for example, if I give my church $100, he's going to limit my deduction to the church to 28% of what that church charitable contribution is. The second thing is he'll, of course, look at the income tax as 39.6% of $400,000. My personal feeling is you really can't make enough money to pay for global warming and maybe some of the other social justice things are the only reason that. So I think we can mention without too much bias, letting your clients know it'll probably eventually go from $400,000 to maybe $300,000 a year or $250,000 or something less. Trump, on the other hand, his position is income tax would be 37%, but he wants to delete, I say that specifically, delete the 6.2% Social Security employee portion of the tax, which puts 6.2% into the hands, the pocketbook of workers immediately. Number two, capital gains. This is a big difference. Currently, Trump is suggesting that long-term capital gains for an asset held more than 18 months is going to be at 15%. Joe Biden wants to increase that to 39.6%, which is income level taxation for capital gains. Presumably, Biden believes that a lot of people, a lot of the wealthy, are making money not from income but from holding assets. Whatever the reason is, there's a big difference between Trump's 15% and Biden's 39.6%. And lastly, corporate tax. Corporate tax was actually amended a couple of years ago by Trump in the Republican Congress to being top level of 21%. Biden wants to increase that to 28%. My personal feeling is that if you increase corporate tax, it's going to cause companies to go offshore. That's the problem that Obama had when he was in office. We had countries like Ireland who actively courting companies, trying to get them to move there, and they were trying to dodge the very high income taxes. I also think that Biden probably is going to put more regulations on, which is going to be a little bit more of a headwind. So those are the three really big things between the two candidates. Specifically, income tax will be 37% with Trump, 39.6% with Biden on people who make more than $400,000 a year. Capital gains will be 15% with Trump, 39.6% with Biden, and also corporate tax is 21% with Trump, 28% with Biden. So if you say that to your clients in a very succinct way, and then follow that with a 5-step bridge, what are your thoughts about this? How might this affect you? We're going to start getting to think about what could happen. You're going to move assets. You're going to have a conversation in which you're going to be able to listen to what their concerns are and then talk to them about what they need to do. And you're going to be able to upsell. You're going to be able to have a discussion which is going to get you new business, or if nothing else happens, you're going to be able to get referrals. So use this market update effectively. But the most important thing is call your clients this week and prospects. Your business will go up by 38% in 30 days.